Hello guys and welcome back to another video. My name is FPL Meerkat and today I've got my Matchday 3 review and my Matchday 4 team selection for you guys for the Differential Onlys team. And yeah, we actually had a good game week for once. I'm really excited to tell you guys about it. So let's get straight into how the team did for Matchday 3. So, as you can see here, it was a respectable score of 63 points. Now, the Brazil game has just finished and unfortunately, despite having 3 players in the Brazil match, I've actually lost points since before the game. I was on 64 points. I then moved the captaincy from Depay to Jesus. I just decided to take a little punt because I saw Jesus was in the starting lineup. And yeah, he ended up getting 1 point, which was really frustrating because you can see there, returns all around the park, apart from the Brazil assets and a couple others. So yeah, very frustrating there that I've yet again captained the wrong player. And also, to make matters worse, that was Mitrovic, who I took out for Jesus. So yeah, not a very smart transfer there. To be honest, that was very risky of me taking out Mitrovic when we all know he's a great player who can score goals, and bringing in a Nava attacker there. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't for a hit, so, you know, I'm just basically saying I think Jesus can do better than Mitrovic, but yeah, that wasn't the case. But aside from that, a really positive week. I made a Nava transfer. I moved on Doan to Marcus Rashford, who got 13 points. I was ecstatic watching that England game. What an incredible performance he gave. Really happy to put him in my team. I'm really annoyed I didn't captain him, to be honest, but I was saving the captaincy for what I thought was going to be a brilliant Brazil performance, but absolutely not at all. What an absolute so many shocking results this week. What a World Cup this has been in terms of the shock factor and the surprises that we have seen so far in the tournament. Noppert there getting 7 points, Maguire getting 6 points, Raum even getting a assist there, even despite Germany getting knocked out, losing their clean sheet. Militao losing his clean sheet right at the end and getting yellow carded. A really poor display from the defence, to be honest. 3 of my defenders getting 0 points. I don't know why it's showing Hernandez there with a hyphen. He is on 0 points. But goals from Pulisic, Ziyech and 2 from Rashford was an excellent start to the week. I had a massive green arrow at the very start of the week. That slowly died down as more and more games got played and I had more and more blanks. But yeah, I think a lot of people had a pretty poor game week, so this is a very strong game week for me. I'm so excited to be using my power captain and finally get returns on my captaincy because it's the one thing that's gone absolutely terribly. But the differential team is doing pretty well. And what's also exciting is now we're moving on to match day 4 and the round of 16. As there are half the teams left in the tournament, I'm now doubling the threshold I can choose from. So the ownership of the player has to be 10% or lower, which opens the playing field a lot and opens up some nice options that I have been eyeing up who haven't quite fallen below that threshold but are below 10%. So yeah, I'm excited to see. Oh, and also the 12th man as well. If you saw my team selection video previously, I messed up and I couldn't actually transfer Gnabry into the team, but I made him my 12th man and he got 9 points, which is a really respectable term, I think, return for the chip. Yeah, really happy to have him on 9 points there. It was a nice little happy accident, I guess. I don't know who I would have. Yeah, I wouldn't have had Rashford. I wouldn't have had Rashford if I had Gnabry in my team. So yeah, very happy that that actually did pull off there. But yeah, let's get into how I'm. Yeah, the rank at the moment is about 100,000, I think. Last time I checked, it's about 110,000. So a huge green arrow from what I was at previously. But yeah, super happy with how the team planned out this week. 63 points in total. Let's have a look at how the Matchday 4 team is going to line up. Okay, so this is how the team is currently looking for Matchday 4. Obviously, I haven't made any changes to it as of yet. I've made some notes about which players I'm going to be transferring in, and I will just say what's a really funny thing here is I actually had on here, I was making a note of which fixtures were good for which teams. I had Brazil as a really good fixture because I was like, oh, they're going to be playing Ghana, or they're going to be playing who else? Oh, Uruguay. didn't even consider Korea could get through. I did not expect not only for Korea to win their match, but for results to go their way and to actually qualify was absolutely incredible for Korea. Unfortunately, it does mean that they are against Brazil in the next game, who I do think that's probably the strongest game on paper. The most appetizing one is Brazil against Korea. So I will probably be picking a couple Brazil assets. And of course, we can now have 4 players from an individual team. So that does spice things up. I don't think I'll be going it all in on any particular team at the moment. That's not really in my plans. But yeah, I'll show you through what the team is. 99.5 million is the team value. 88.4% ownership now. So risen up by quite a lot. So Noppert is going to be transferred out. He's a bit too high in the ownership now. To be honest, I was a bit cheeky getting him in last time, and he's above 10% now, so I don't think I should have him anymore. But what's nice, I'm actually going to, what I can do here, I can sort by selected. I'm going to go for, as you can see here, Martinez, 5.4 ownership. Yeah, confirm that transfer. Yeah, free transfer, unlimited. Yeah, really nice fixture against Australia. I think Argentina have got good odds in keeping a clean sheet against Australia. I don't think they'll be going all out to annihilate them. Obviously, it's knockout football now. So I think if they get an early goal, they'll just try their best to shut out Australia. Australia have scored in every game so far, though, so that might not be as easy as it seems, but I fancy my chances. And the second goalkeeper, we're actually going to be returning to Gonda. He's a cheap option on the bench, and to be honest, I can now afford some quite expensive players in the team, so I don't mind having the cheap goalkeeper on the bench. I made a massive mistake having Neuer last time, having that much money spent on the goalkeeper on the bench that I was never going to use, so I'm going to be freeing up funds. I'm expecting Martinez to get a clean sheet, so Gonda is just there as a reassurance, essentially, to bring him on. Players keeping their place. Alba, again, will be keeping his place. Maguire, again, will be keeping his place. And Hernandez keeping his place. And Olmo. So I think that is the same 4 players that I kept last match day. All 4 of them are going to be staying in the team. I think of them, apart from Maguire, all of them have now risen to above 10%. Yeah, 12% there for Hernandez. 11.3% for Alba. And no, Maguire's on 4%. And Olmo is on 13.2%. Yeah, so they're now above the threshold. So if I transfer them out, I can't get them back in. So yeah, I'm going to be keeping them for now. I think they're all relatively good fixtures. I do fancy Spain's chances against Morocco. I reckon Poland might score in that France game, but what I've tried to do with this team is try to spread the risk. I think I've covered every single game that's going on. All 8 games I've covered in some regard, and I've tried to get 2 in each game, but obviously that's not quite possible. So I've tried to spread around as much as possible, spread the risk. Militao will be leaving the team for his teammate Sandro, who got a nice rest in the Brazil game tonight. I think he will start again. Yeah, I think he'll play in that Brazil team who you always fancy their chances to potentially get a clean sheet, and he's a nice differential at 5.7% ownership. And Raum obviously is leaving the team, 9.9% ownership for him. He's obviously leaving the team because Germany are now out of the tournament, and I'm actually going to be doubling up on the Argentina defence and going with not Acuna, his teammate. If I can see him. No, I can't. Okay, I might have scrolled past him. I'm just going to go for Argentina. Defender. There he is, Molina, who's only 0.8 ownership, but I think he's going to play in that Argentina game. Someone can let me know if he if not. But I'm actually going to refresh here, see if it comes up with Brazil's fixture. No, it doesn't. That's really annoying. I'll refresh a bit later to see if Brazil's fixture comes up. But yeah, they are still in the tournament. Don't worry about that. So yeah, that's all the defences covered. I've got England, double Argentina, Brazil, France, Spain, and Japan. So I think that's most of the big defences covered there. I don't think I've missed any. Portugal, I haven't covered. That might be something to look at. Portugal, who's Portugal's fixture against now? Portugal are playing. They're going to be playing Switzerland. That's not an easy fixture, is it? I think Switzerland can definitely score in that game. Okay, yeah, I might avoid Portugal defence. Actually, if Portugal kept any clean sheets so far I'm not too sure if they have. Did they just keep a clean sheet? I'm not too sure. I've not been too sold on the Portugal defence, if I'm perfectly honest. But yeah, moving into the midfield, we're going to be keeping Pulisic in the team. I forgot that's a 5th player that I'm going to be keeping. That fixture against Netherlands isn't great, but with the options I can choose, I really fancy my chances with Pulisic getting a goal against the Netherlands. And again, that is a real differential pick. In terms of the other midfielders, right, yeah, I was going to be picking Tadic, but obviously Serbia didn't qualify. I'd written that down in case, so I've written down if Tadic isn't there and it's Switzerland that qualify, then it's going to be Shaqiri that I pick instead. Again, they've got that fixture against Portugal, haven't they? 1.1% ownership for Shaqiri. But I fancy his chances. He's played incredibly well for Switzerland so far in the tournament, as he always does. He could definitely rock over a goal. Switzerland have surprised a lot of people. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he rocks over a goal. But again, I could definitely transfer out Shaqiri. Anthony will be leaving the team, and I'm going to be transferring to a player who I'm excited to finally be able to own, is Perisic, who I've had my eyes on, but I've not been able to own because he's just been out of reach, 6.6% ownership, but now with the 10% threshold, I'm able to get him with a fixture against Japan. Again, Japan seem to be playing out of their mind right now, so I'm not confident that that Croatia go through, but there's so many attacking options from Japan that it's just really hard to choose just one of them. They can really spread around the goals in that team, so it's quite difficult to choose an attacker from Japan. And the last midfielder, because obviously Gundogan is not in the tournament anymore, is going to be Klaassen. Yeah, Klaassen, who I had previously. He did well for me. He got an assist, and I think he's also scored a goal in the tournament. He's actually one of the highest scoring midfielders. Again, going for the midfielders who can definitely rock out of a goal. It's not the easiest fixture against the US. I think that's probably the tightest fixture. I think Japan, Croatia, and Netherlands, USA are probably the closest fixtures on paper. But again, this has been a tournament full of surprises. So don't be surprised if there's some absolute shocks that happen. But I think with all the teams now going all out, I think less of that will happen. But I reckon there will be at least one big team that goes out. I think it could be France that go out in the round of 16. And now I think, yeah, we're moving on to the attack. Another player who I'm keeping, Rashford, I completely forgot as well. So that's 6 players I'm keeping from my previous team. Yeah, I'm going to keep Rashford in the team. I think he's going to start for England. I really, really want an England attacker. And Saka is out of reach. He's too high owned. So is Foden. So is Kane. And I think I have to go for Rashford because I think he's the only other option. Sterling might play in his place, but I think Rashford had such a good game. He has to start against Senegal. And I'm gonna go with him again. I'm betting him to score again. But moving on to the other players, this is where it gets interesting for me. Jesus is going to be leaving the team for his teammate, who I can actually get in the team, Vinicius Jr., who was a real different pick, given he's only 8.8% ownership. Wow, he's actually gone down. It was 9.2 when I last checked. That's probably because he was benched today. But yeah, Vinny Jr., who can easily turn it up for Brazil, definitely going to start. A really nice player to have in the team as a differential. Again, Neymar and players like that are going to be better picks, but there's a team of differentials and I can get him in with the 10% threshold, so I'm definitely taking him. And lastly, I'm just wondering why I've got so much money. They haven't increased the budgets, have they, for this round? Unless I've missed somebody. Have I missed somebody, or have I just added up the team wrong? I don't know why I've got 5.5 million in the bank. That doesn't seem to make sense. Anyway, the last player, Depay, is going to be leaving the team. He might come back because I'd love to have Gakpo, but I believe his ownership is just too high. He's just risen far too quickly. That's the picture of Jesus there. What? Yeah, 19% ownership for Gakpo. There's no way I can have him. So instead, I'm going to take a little bit of a punt on Leao, who I'm going to hope starts for Portugal. That could easily be Felix as well. Again, we can use the free transfers during the game week. I think we've actually got unlimited this time as well, so it's good to have placeholders. 4 other players this time, instead of focusing on, you know, the fixtures. Instead of focusing on which players you think are going to start, have some differentials, have some placeholders, and then you can just sub in, sub out the players that you want. So I'm going to want an attacker in most games. But yeah, I'm perplexed here as to how come I've got 6 million budget left. They must have increased the budget, right? Because I've got the totals here added up, and it should be, I should have 0.5 budget left. So unless I've missed something, you guys can let me know if I have. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how this has happened. Bear with me one moment. I'm just going to go check the rules to see if I've missed something. So I have just been and checked, and yeah, indeed, we have 105 million now to spend on our teams. I was not aware of this, so yeah, I now have 6 million in the budget. So that basically means I can make some adjustments on the team, because yeah, I've spent nowhere near the budget. So yeah, I mean, let's have a little bit of a tinker around with it now. So let's have a look. So sorted by price. I mean, it's really difficult, to be honest, to spend the budget, because I mean, Fernandez I can't have. Silva I'm really not confident in, hasn't got any goals. Pedri is, oh, I could have Pedri. That's not a bad shout, but he's not really got any points, has he? He got 1 point in the 7-0. He's not good, is he? Foden, I can't quite have him in the team. I think maybe the forwards I'm going to have a bit more fun, be able to have a bit more fun with. Let's just reset that. Obviously, I don't want to get rid of Rashford, but let's just see. Kane I can't have. Vinicius I can, obviously. Lewandowski I probably can have, yeah. Against Portugal, against France, could potentially go for that. Ronaldo, 11.7. He's not quite low enough to have. Nkunku injured. Jesus isn't going to start. Vlahovic is out, obviously. Serbia are now out of the tournament. God, yeah, this is really hard for me to spend all my budget or get anywhere near. Because, I mean, the likes of Mbappe and Messi, everyone's now going to have. And I can't because of limitations. Goodness me. So I'm probably going to have to spend nowhere near the total budget. I guess Gonda I can transfer out for... Ooh, let's sort the goalkeepers by selected. Let's have a look. I can get Lloris. That's decent. Again, I'm not 100% confident about the French defense though. Simon I can get in as well against Morocco. I think that's decent. I think I'll get Simon in. That's two quite nice defenses to have there. 4.5 million. Can I upgrade Klaassen? Klaassen potentially. Again, I've just looked at the midfielders, haven't I? But there's not really. I mean, look at that. I can only not pick these top 10 or so. Ziyech I had him previously, so I will allow myself to have Ziyech back in because I did already own him. The fixture against Spain though, I just don't think they do very well in that game. Obviously De Jong I can get in. He's done pretty well, to be fair. I think Klaassen's a better choice than De Jong. I think the front three is going to be Depay, Gakpo and De Jong. So can't really get him. Rabiot, a bit too defensive. Same with Casemiro. Already got Perisic. This is going to be incredibly hard to spend anywhere near my budget. So, yeah, I think for the time being, I think I'm going to leave the team there. Obviously, oh, yes, I did just see as well. I think Sandro might be injured. So, let's have a look at whatever Brazilian defender I could get. Thiago Silva is always a safe bet, isn't he? I think he got a rest. Got a rest against Cameroon yet, so I'll expect him to come back in. He's had some attacking threat as well, although I have been really impressed with Marquinhos in terms of his attacking threat, but I'm not going to be able to get him in. So I will go for Thiago Silva because again, I can spend the big bucks now. I can spend it as expensive as I like. I just want to keep Maguire just because I've had him for this long and he's done me well. No reason to get rid of him. Maybe Leao might be a good one to ship on for, I guess, Lewandowski. I'd love to get... Ronaldo would be a fantastic shout. He's a bit too highly owned, though. Oh, that's so annoying. I can't have him because I can't break my own rules, can I? For the ownership. Depay, maybe. Morata. Oh, yes. I forgot about Morata entirely. He's definitely going to play, I think, as well. He's been doing so well this tournament. And I think Shaqiri, I can move on for. There's no... Like the Portugal midfielders, right? They're just... I mean, everyone has Fernandes, and he's the only good option in the Portuguese midfield, right? Yeah, Bernardo Silva. I mean, let's sort by total point. Yeah, I mean, 23 points for Bruno Fernandes, and no one else even scored a goal. So yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, I think I might have a bit of a tinker before the deadline, but I think I'm going to leave the video there, guys. Let me know what you think of the team. I'm just going to bench. I'm going to bench. Oh no, not transfer. I'm going to bench Vinicius, who will probably be my second captain if I need him. We're going to go. Oh wait, no. Of course he's not going to be my second captain because I'm going to be playing the power captain. Which can I? Okay, it's used now. Yeah, I can't actually cancel that. But yeah, I want to use it now because I'm fed up of getting the captaincy wrong every single time. So yeah, I can't wait to get a nice big haul with my captaincy for once in this bloody game. I think Martinez in goal, and who is last to play? I haven't got any Portugal players. I think Shaqiri's one of the last to play, isn't he? Let's just do that, and then sub on Klaassen for Silva, and then yeah, and then the captaincy. I'm feeling a cheeky shout for Rashford, honestly. I think he's probably my best player on paper. Or Morata, I think, is a good shout. Ooh. I think for the time being, I'm going to go for Rashford, who I can't seem to make captain. That's weird. Power captain. I don't have to worry about captaincy this week. I'm such an idiot. Yeah, don't have to worry about it at all. So, yeah, I hope I do well this week because of the power captaincy. I should do a bit better. But, yeah, very strange now that I've got so much of a budget. I guess I'm just going to have to sit there, have a huge pot of money in the budget and just pick the players who I think are going to do the best and not worry about what price they are. Again, I think FPL's tailored me a bit like that. It's a bit like Andreas. We don't want to play him all the time because he's so cheap, but he actually does really well. He should be a starting player. I think the likes of Klaassen as well. It's 6. I can't actually see there, but it's 6 million. Klaassen is definitely a bargain. He plays so advanced in that Netherlands team. I might do a little bit of tinkering off camera for the final team selection, but yeah, that is how the team is currently looking. Nice green arrows for me. I hope you guys have done well in your teams. I will just check the leaderboard real quick. League, Spotters League. I'm number 2. Bobbert getting 55 points. Oh, wait, what? Has it gone to... No, I want to see... Oh, wait, yeah. Matchday points. Is that right? Yeah, that looks right. Kasri captain. That's unbelievable. Wow. Fair play to you for a really outside captaincy shout there. 55 points. Rocher in goal as well, getting 9. Really nice performance there. I think Sandro didn't play, didn't he? Neither did Richarlison. So that's a bit unfortunate in terms of... maybe you made transfers to get more points there, but I think that probably would have been for more Brazilian players, right? And Musiala as well, I will just say, had an incredible performance against Costa Rica. How he only came away with 2 points, I will never know. But wow, that guy has got some dribbling on him. Absolutely incredible display. But I was just thinking about Eriksen. He is below the threshold, but obviously Denmark aren't in the tournament anymore. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed that video. A bit all over the place again, but there's such a short turnaround to get these videos. I don't really have a lot of time to plan them. And again, I didn't even realise Korea were going to get through. So maybe I go for a cheeky Heung-min Son punt, a mega differential, because nobody is going to think Korea get past Brazil. Maybe I take some punts on some teams who I don't think are going to get through. But I think my best bet is just picking the different players from the better teams. I think that is the better strategy. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next FWC video.